Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin based the upper, watch your numbers climb. Fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, knows in the man. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move with the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash raises ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real-world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but, we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on.
Okay.
What up? What up?
What up, G?
What's good? Yeah, I'm trying to see if they can see us over there.
Okay.
What up? What up? Oh, there you go. All right, bet. They can see us on TikTok. We back. We in there. All right, cool. They're coming in. Let me just turn the volume down so I can see comments over there. All right. We good. All right, y'all. Yeah, so we a little different sound setup today, but we got it. So we're going to have to just restream through TikTok now. So it'll be TikTok and YouTube. But we in here, though. We's good, everybody. What's good? We in here. Okay, I can still see the comments on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Let me put my little charge on there. We're about to get started. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday.
What up?
Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy to see y'all. We got some updates and stuff to go over. All right. We in here. What's up, y'all? I was enjoying TikTok, which you made me come here for the best crypto news. Thank you. Oh, for sure. Thank you, Franklin. Appreciate your support, Gangy. Appreciate you for being here.
Appreciate you.
100. So yeah. All right, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna get started. So we do got some we got some articles and stuff to go over today. Why is it not staying up? Trying to make sure I can see the comments. Couldn't watch. Hold on, what does it say?
Don't watch live ones. That's because you're watching.
Oh, because you're watching on your phone. Shit.
Oh. All right.
No, you good because we both need to see the comments. How else? We got another page? Gaming. I go through the BlockNation gaming. The login expired. Shit. I don't remember the password to it.
I'll go on my page.
Okay. Because it won't let me watch from my page. It's weird. Okay. All right. So you can go through your page. All right. Cool. That works. All right, bet we in here. All right, y'all. Cool. So I was like, why I keep exiting out? All right. So yeah, y'all. So we got some Visa news to go over today. We're gonna talk about Visa. They're launching a stablecoin settlement in US via Circle's USDC on Solana. We're gonna talk about that today. We gotta talk about SBI Holdings. We got some stuff to talk about with them. We're gonna talk about the top 100 Chainlink wallets. So they bought $263 million worth of Link. So they're saying, is it a rally ahead for all those wallets about that much Chainlink? We're gonna also talk about big brands piling into stable coins, but it is creating a problem. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Citibank. So Citi says identity is the new gatekeeper for financial blockchains. We're gonna talk about that. XRP price, it fell under $2. So after a 7-year-old wallet triggers a massive $721 million sell-off. So they are fudding. They trying to fudge y'all out. This was great news that I seen came out because that's like them saying, they're trying to trick people into selling off basically. Y'all know it's a psychological thing. So, but yeah, then we got some more XRP news about the XRP price bounce off from crucial support. So we're gonna talk about that in Gemini. We got some Gemini news. Gemini launches a predictions market across 50 U.S. states days after the CFTC licensing. So Gemini, we got some Gemini news. We're gonna talk about these 401ks because a crash could be coming. So we gotta talk about it because I don't want y'all to be looking at y'all 401ks like, oh my God, my shit is like a lot of it is gone due to this crash. So we're gonna talk about that today as well. Some different options we got for you. So yeah, what'd you say, D?
Nah, I was just saying, yeah, fam. Like you gotta protect yourself. You gotta see what's up. You can't say nobody ain't trying to put you on. You can't say nobody tried to put you on, but I'm telling you, if it correct 10, 15, 20%, you want to know what's going on. So
For sure. So yeah, y'all. So make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all coming in over here on YouTube. On TikTok, make sure y'all run the likes up. Run them likes up as high as possible. What's good? What's good, everybody? You got a new mic, Ash? No, my ex-girlfriend was holding my stuff hostage, and I had to get my shit. Be fully transparent. I had 2 microphones over there, so I finally got my stuff. Probably a couple weeks ago now. So now I'm like, let me hook my stuff back up. I had forgot how to hook it up. I ain't had my shit in so long. So yeah, y'all. Kween gonna be single for a minute. Kween gonna be single for a minute. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Go ahead and get this. Hold on. Visa. We're gonna go over this Visa article first. Let's talk about Visa real quick. Cheney said not Mike was held hostage. So yeah, Visa. So Visa launches stablecoin settlement in US via Circle's USDC on Solana. So let's talk about it. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Let me make sure we on there. Y'all can see our beautiful faces. There we go. All right. So Visa launches a stablecoin settlement in the US via Circle. So I thought this was interesting because this was via Circle on Solana. So Visa just went on chain. So Visa has officially launched stablecoin settlement in the US using USDC on the Solana blockchain. So what does that actually mean? So it means Visa is no longer just talking about blockchain. They're using it behind the scenes to move real money. So banks and fintech companies can now settle transactions directly on a blockchain instead of waiting days for traditional banking rails to clear. So here's why this matters, because settlements can happen 24/7 and not just banking hours. Transactions settle faster and cheaper. The consumer experience doesn't change. You still swipe your Visa card, but behind the scenes, blockchain replaces legacy settlement systems. So this is exactly how crypto gets adopted. It's not loud. It's not retail hype. It's infrastructure first. So remember, we always told y'all this revolution, and Kendrick told you in the song, this revolution won't be televised.
Ooh.
This revolution won't be televised. Y'all will, and they told y'all before, people like Kurt T, Quincy Jones, they told y'all you're going to be using crypto and blockchain. You'll be using these assets and won't even know it. Like the average person, we know because we've been, following the payment rails, but the average person won't even know that they're using blockchain technology. Right. For these transactions. So why Solana? Why Solana? So Visa chose Solana because it's fast, scalable, and built for high volume transactions. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's why I said I think Solana has fixed their technology and they just ain't showed the public yet. Because I don't know where the hell they got fast, scalable, and built for high volume transactions. I ain't seen that. That is not valid from what we have, what retail has experienced. We are only going off of experience here. Right. So no shade, but I'm just going off what we know. Going off what we know.
Yeah. They the broken ice cream machine, as Kurt always say, right?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So Kurt said, yeah, they break down like McDonald's ice cream machine. So I don't know what they talking about. So that's why I said they must have built some stuff in the back end, and they must have shown these companies what they're getting ready to do, and they just ain't put it out there yet. So I won't put that past, but I'm just saying I'm basing it off of experience and facts. Yeah. Solana ain't showed me nothing, but that shit breaks anytime it's high volume. So we'll see. Clearly, Visa wouldn't go over there for nothing to deal with Solana breaking down every time high transaction volume occurs. So we're gonna see. So, but yeah, that's a huge institutional validation. So why USDC? So USDC is compliant, regulated, and trusted by institutions. Perfect for payment settlement. So the big picture here is this is another signal that stablecoins are becoming the bridge between TradeFi and crypto. Not Bitcoin, not memes, not speculation. So payments infrastructure, and settlement. So this is the system quietly being built while most people are distracted by price charts. I'm gonna say that again. This is the system being built. Payments, infrastructure, settlement, while most people are distracted by price charts. That's why I keep telling you, stop paying attention to price and pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to the news. Look at what they're doing in the background. That's what you need to be paying attention to. So the key takeaway for 2026 is stablecoins plus payment rails plus tokenized money equals the new financial plummet, and Visa just confirmed it. This was huge news that came out today. Huge. Huge news.
Man, Visa straight. Visa straight now. They got their stable coin, they got their blockchain that they're gonna use, regardless of if we agree with it or not. Fam, Visa straight. They straight. They're gonna be on board for another 100 years or whatever. But they've been around for like 100 years or whatever. But yeah, I see this being more of a trend. What'd you say?
Do you think this might, because Solana last week was tweeting 589 and all this stuff. So do you think that Visa said, okay, we'll fuck with y'all because y'all fucking with XRP?
Well, remember, Visa and Ripple supposedly was supposed to have it was rumblings about that, a partnership a while ago. I think it was about a year or so ago. They were just like, yeah, Visa and Ripple. Maybe the cat couldn't let out the bag. But you got to remember, Ripple got like, 1,700 NDAs? So maybe this is a way for Visa to let y'all know, like, fam, we're working with these cats, but we can't tell y'all we directly working with these cats because we don't want to, put the market on blast and stuff like that. Because Visa, that's a well-known company. I'm pretty sure a lot of people on this live right now have either a Visa or a MasterCard or something like that. And Visa and MasterCard are acclimating themselves to be a major player going into 2026, all the way to 2030 and beyond. Another 100 years. This is their validation right here. They're working with Circle. They're working with Solana. Don't bet against Circle, BlackRock, and Coinbase. Just don't do it.
And when you think about Circle, you need to think about Stellar. So this speaks volume. So yeah. So shout out to Visa, because they just told y'all, listen, this is the new financial plummet. Visa's confirming that. Visa standing on business. So all right, cool. So let's get into it, because I know you had some articles you had sent over. Let's talk about that. Let's go ahead and get into XRP real quick. We'll just go ahead and get to it. So let's talk about should we do the XRP price bounces off from crucial support? Let's talk about that first. We'll do that first. Let's talk about XRP price bouncing. Let me pull it up. Hold on. All right, there we go. XRP price bounces off from crucial support. So an analyst is predicting an upside to $5.85. So let's talk about that first. We got a couple XRP articles to go
over. Okay. So it bounced off, of that support zone. You know what I mean? So we were saying watch it. So XRP lost the $2 support and extended monthly losses to about 14% amid the broader market correction. But then it bounced from the next key support, which was $1.88, a level last touched on November 22nd, right? And then analyst Dark Defender calls the $1.88 to 222 a critical support zone and argues that XRP has completed wave 4 of its Elliott wave structure. This sets up wave 5 with a bullish target at $5.85, which is about a 200% increase from current levels right now, right? The previous waves were wave A, which had bottomed at $1.60, wave B, which peaked around $3.66, and then wave C, which ended around $1.88. So they're setting it up for the next wave, I guess so. So the institutional flows and ETF data proved that XRP was just only second to Bitcoin with $245 million in net inflows. And then the US spot XRP ETFs have now crossed $1 billion in total inflows since the launch. Canary Capital is the second largest holder with about $376 million worth of XRP, right? ETFs and everything like that, right? ETFs have logged in 30-day consecutive of net inflows, while Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have seen ongoing outflows. So damn. The most important points in this is that it bounced off that critical zone, fam. And it seems like we're in a bullish pattern now for XRP. So this points out to what we were saying yesterday about, can XRP decouple from Bitcoin? If Bitcoin is going to go down, Can XRP stand on its own? Right? Given what Kurt is saying and stuff like that. Fam, it didn't go lower. It didn't go lower because I know some of y'all is probably like, oh, let's get to $1.50. Let's get to $1.40. Nope, not right now. Not right now. It's not seeming like so. And with all these inflows and stuff like that, like Queen said, you know, while supply lasts, what'd you say?
No, I was gonna say, the story, the way the storyline is looking, the way they told us this story was gonna go, it's like the way things are set up right now is looking like that storyline is starting to coming to fruition because, you know, they always say XRP would rise from the ashes. So basically in a crash, XRP would be the one to rise, you know, to be one to rise. So what we do know is Japan got some stuff coming up on the 19th. So all eyes is on Japan on the 19th. You got another, you can factor in the oil situation. You can factor that in and also the Epstein files. I don't know if they're going to drop. I don't know the magnitude of it, but I'm just saying as of right now, they're supposed to drop on the 19th. So you got some stuff transpiring that could, you know, ultimately bring this market down. So we'll see. But it is looking, and the thing about it is when all of this happens, they're gonna need liquidity. Is there is an asset, there is a solution for that, and that is XRP, and XRP already has regulatory clarity. So it is looking like it could happen in a way that a lot of XRP maxis over the years have explained how this was gonna go. And it does look that way. I'm not trying to like sound like a moon boy or sound like an XRP maxi, but it is looking that way for right now. So we'll see. It could play out like that the way stuff is looking right now. So we'll see.
Grok is saying Clarity Act won't be signed until April, June of 2026.
I don't believe nothing coming from Elon Musk. Move on. Next. I don't believe nothing coming from Elon Musk. Y'all trust Elon Musk? I don't trust nothing coming from him. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trusting nothing from growth when it comes, especially for timelines with that. You know, it could, maybe, we'll see. But I ain't trusting nothing from Elon Musk. But okay, so XRP. So let's stay on XRP real quick. So I got another article about XRP to go over because I thought this was funny. I actually laughed. And I thought this was because articles like this come out when it's about to be a rally. And I'm not saying like for XRP, it could have been Solana, it could have been XLM, it could have been Bitcoin. All right, stuff like Ethereum, stuff like this always comes out. Think about Ethereum. Bad news always comes out and then Ethereum goes up. That's historically what Ethereum is known for. They come out with the Ethereum stuff about ETHgate and all that stuff, and then ETH start going up on your ass. Like you like, oh man, ETH about to crash and blah blah blah. All this stuff is coming out, people selling off, and blah. This wallet did this, and this news came out. And they have this proof, and then ETH just start going up crazy. So so XRP price falls under $2 after one 7-year-old wallet triggers a massive $721 million sell-off. So, so look, I want y'all to make this make sense. Let's paint this picture right here. See, because they think retail dumb, and quite frankly, yeah, society as a whole, just to generalize, there's a lot of stupid people in the world. So a lot of people ain't gonna piece this together. So XRP, what was the not all-time high, but what was the high it went to in the last 2 years? Or last year or so. XRP went to what? I can't even remember. We ain't seen it. So I know it was over $3. Okay, it was over $3. Yeah. So you mean to tell me XRP went over $3, which means you would have been because if you up $721 million under $2, then what the hell was you at when it was $3 and some change? So you ain't sold in, but you sold under $2. So basically they're trying to create a narrative that it looks like XRP gonna keep falling, so I'm gonna just go ahead and sell and take my $721 billion and 365, 360ish, okay, or 389. I know it was in that or 384. Okay. It was in that range. So you telling me, right? So you telling me you waited till we went under $2 to say, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and sell. So it's giving this notion that XRP gonna keep falling. And people gonna fall for that, like, oh no, this wallet just sold, it was a massive sell-off for $721 million. So it's probably trying to, this is what they want y'all to say. It's time to sell XRP. Somebody that was holding for a 7-year-old wallet just sold off. It's time to sell. That's for idiots.
Damn.
Yes, a 7-year wallet.
So you're talking about from wallet from 2018. Wallet from 2018 just sold off under $2.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. They sold off under $2. We went all the way to between 360 and 380, whatever it was. You didn't sell, but you waited to see if we went under $2 to sell. This just sounds like bullshit. I don't believe it. So we'll get into it. We'll talk about it real quick. So this is why I wanted to go over this after you just went over that, because you just told us it's looking like XRP is going on a what you just said, on a bullish pattern.
Yeah. After given the waves that they've been calculating over the past, several waves, they seem like they're going into this next wave where it's going to go up, towards like $5 and change.
Okay, so you just told us that, and then this person right here just sold off. Okay, so so XRP dipped under $2, and one old wallet spooked the market. So let's talk about it. So XRP's price recently fell below $2 after a 7-year-old wallet moved about 721 million XRP, which triggered a panic sale across the market. Key word there, panic. So what actually happened? So an old so it wasn't $721 million. It was 721 million XRP. However many that's a lot. Anyway, that's a lot. So an old dormant wallet suddenly became active. So traders saw the movement. So algorithms and weak hands reacted. I'm glad they said weak hands. Thank you, Lord, for that. I didn't have to say it. Algorithms and weak hands reacted. Sell orders cascaded. This wasn't fundamentals breaking. This was liquidity plus psychology. So important clarification, because this matters. So a wallet moving XRP does not automatically mean it was all sold. Okay. On-chain movement equals a market dump. So markets often react before confirming facts. And that's real. So this is classic headline driven volatility. So why old wallets cause fear? So old wallets are assumed to belong to early holders, institutions, founders, or legacy entities. So when they move, the market assumes they know something we don't. So that assumption creates self-fulfilling sell pressure. Now zoom out. So the big picture is, at the same time XRP dipped, banks are expanding stablecoin settlement. Identity is becoming the gatekeeper for blockchains. Tokenization and payment rails are accelerating, and XRP infrastructure narratives haven't changed. Price moved, utility didn't. So this is the real lesson. Short-term price action is ruled by liquidity, fear, and leverage. So long-term value is ruled by infrastructure, adoption, settlement use cases. So those two timelines are not the same. So the key takeaway here is that XRP didn't fail. A wallet moved, the market flinched, and that's it. So this is how shakeouts happen before major structural shifts, not after. Not after. Okay? Just saying.
And shout out to Daniel. He said only wallets to have that is Jed or Chris Larson. You're talking about a 2018 wallet, right? A 2018 wallet. So yeah.
And sometimes because and if a crash is getting ready to happen, right? People, those, because they're in the know, they go ahead and sell out. That's why JP Morgan and them pulled out a strategy, because they know a crash is coming. So they went ahead and pulled their money out, but they're going to buy back in during the crash to buy lower. Not saying they buying strategy lower, because I don't know what they're doing with that, but XRP, I'm sure they're going to buy lower. When that crash happens, the thing is that crash is not going to be long term for these utility assets, because they got to get this new system up and going. So I don't see, and even when the crash happened with XRP, it might go to what, maybe $1.50, $1.30, something like that, and it's gonna go right back up. It never stays there long. So that could have been why they moved that wallet as well. But we'll see.
We sure will. We're gonna see.
For sure. So
I feel like it's counteractive to what I just went off when I just talked about. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
whatever. We don't get shook over here, but I know some of y'all probably hoping that it sell off. I don't think we're gonna see a 50 cent. I don't think it's going back to 50, 40, 30 cents ever again. But
if it do, I'm telling you, your order ain't going through. Because that dip is not for you. It was not for retail. Coinbase all of a sudden gonna have all these problems, and they're gonna be like, yeah, we got a bug, we're gonna fix it. Oppo gonna have the same thing. Yeah, we're working on a solution right now. We have our team on it. You're not getting in, gang. You're not getting in, because even if we do see them prices, it ain't for you. and it ain't gonna stay there long. So, but okay. So let's talk about the FCA real quick over there in the UK, because it's saying. So let me pull that article up right now. Hold on, I got y'all. Let's talk about the UK and the FCA. Where is it at? Here we go. All right, so the FCA finds crypto ownership fell to 8% in the UK despite high public awareness.
Ooh, the FCA. So let's see what they was talking about. The most important key right here is that, hold on one second. So UK crypto ownership dropped 8% of adults in 2025, down from 12% in 2024, but that's still about double the 2021 level. So it's a pullback from the peak, but not a total collapse. So public awareness of crypto is still very high at 91%. So it's basically unchanged. So the FCA, that's the UK Financial Conduct Authority. So the ownership is changing hands. So it's fewer smaller holders. So shares of about $100 worth in crypto keeps falling, but more mid-sized portfolios keep popping up. So 1,000 to 5,000, it's up 4 points to 21%. 5,000 to 10,000 is up to 11%, right? So casual, I'll just try $50 worth of Bitcoin users are exiting. They're not even buying so if you're buying just $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of crypto, those people are like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather do something else. And then the remaining users tend to have larger and more committed positions. So centralized exchanges dominate as the main on-ramp. So where people buy crypto, mostly these centralized exchanges, 73% of respondents acquire crypto via centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, right? And that's up 4 points since 2024. And then 15% use payment firms with crypto services. So what users care about most when choosing an exchange is the ease of use, right? The user experience, the reputation, and the safety and security, right? So if you got a platform that is hard to buy or whatever, like people are not going to go there. People are going to go to Coinbase. People are going to go to Binance, Kraken, crypto.com, right? They're going to go to those exchanges because they're easy to use. Uphold is another one, right? And then the risk appetite is much higher among crypto users. So the survey shows that a big risk in the tolerance gap. So 63% of crypto users say that they're willing to take higher risk for higher returns, right? Because if you've been in the game for this long, because some of you guys have been in the game for 3, 4, 5+ years now, right? You're like, whatever, I've been in there this long. I was able to stomach the weather the storm. But if you just got in crypto last month or last year, you may not be able to stomach what's going on. But 63% of crypto users say they're willing to, go hard or go home. And then only 24% of non-holders who know about crypto but own any say the same, right? So, however, riskier assets are still niche, right? Staking participation fell, right? Using credit to buy crypto fell, right? And I feel like this is a correlation to how the economy is, and people are just trying to figure out like where to allocate their dollars. But if you understand that all these banks are going into DeFi, that all of these industries and all of these companies that we do business with are going into cryptocurrency, stablecoins, DeFi, etc., there is no reason to fear. Who cares if participation for certain aspects fell? You already know where this road is going, right? If you a casual, you're gonna fall off. If you got in last year before the run up or during the run up, and you sold or you're doing whatever, like, hey, it is what it is. You're a casual. But if you're not a casual and you understand where this whole system is, like Ash keeps saying, the whole financial system and what they're gearing up for, what Visa just did, what MasterCard is doing, what all of these industries between healthcare and education are doing, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. You got the mental fortitude to keep going, right? So of course we need regulation, and where the UK policy is heading going into 2025 to 2027 is the data lands while the UK is still pushing ahead with phased crypto regulation roadmap. So their new framework legislation introduced this week brings crypto into the existing financial regulatory perimeter, and then it gives the HM Treasury powers to design the regime, and they give the FCA and the Bank of England. They will oversee the implementation. So they ready, fam. They ready. So regardless of how you feel, regardless of how you may be feeling, F your feelings. They are ready. They're already in the UK. They are ready overseas, over in Europe, in Asia, Africa. Listen, we getting out of this pilot phase. There's probably just a couple back end things that they need to do, but we going into the integration very, very fast. And then the FCA, their consultants are ongoing and detailed rules for administrative admission and disclosure, trading venues, intermediaries, custodian, staking, lending, borrowing, DeFi related products. And then the timeline, the final FCA rules are expected in 2026, and the enforcement is around 2027 via secondary legislation that defines scope, timing, and transition. So fam, you got from now until whenever they sign this paperwork to get right. Because I know
that's a fact.
Because I know some people are in the chat are in the UK, right? They across.
Yeah, I just wanted to read one of these comments here because he said, I'm in the UK and I tell the government is going on with some effort. I guess we have some fuckery out there. So when it comes to crypto. So yeah, that definitely is playing a part. I know the UK is definitely, I've been, just from reading stuff, I know the UK been doing some stuff over there. HMRC, which is the American equivalent to the IRS, is cracking down on crypto, and they're coming after everyone in the UK that owns crypto by next year. So it don't surprise me that there's a dip. Oh, okay. So yeah, all of them is probably like getting out.
Here you go. So
yeah,
so you know what's up. If you can just read in between the lines of what homeboy just said right there, you just know what's up. If the HMRC, right, are equivalent to the IRS, and they're coming after everybody in the UK that owns crypto by next year, what do you think is going to happen between now and then?
Exactly.
Put two and two together. That's all you got to do. You should not have a weak stomach during this time period, because you've been watching this every single day, giving you reassurance after reassurance that this thing is going to go up. And ain't they rolling out their digital IDs over there in the UK? Yes, they are.
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah, you safe in the UK. Yeah, they gonna roll crypto out. UK just doing some crazy stuff over there. I'm not in the UK to like really go into detail about it, but I never tell you to sell off though.
I talked to a couple people over in the UK and they said it's a lot of fuckery going on over there, fam.
Daniel said UK and Digital Pound Foundation. So if you live in the UK, buy XRP, XLM, and Quant. Not financial advice. Buy it anyway. Don't let them scare you. So there you go, straight up. All right. So they over there scaring them folks in the UK. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Please, y'all gotta. This is why y'all gotta keep up with what's going on. You gotta know. You know better. You do better. Please keep the knowledge. Keep Keep tapping in. We're gonna keep bringing the news every day, because when you know what's going on, you're not selling. So let's talk about these big brands real quick, because it says big brands pile into stable coins but create a new problem. So make sure y'all double tapping the screen over there on TikTok. Let's run them likes up. Make sure y'all keep double tapping. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in over here on YouTube. If y'all don't mind, hit that like button.
And repost and share the live. Repost and share the live, guys. Go to that arrow button and repost and share, right? Because we going over it bit by bit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested in what you about to say with these big brands. What they talking about?
Yes, we got these big brands are piling into stablecoins, but it's creating a new problem. So major companies and payment giants are rushing into stablecoins because they're faster, cheaper, and work 24/7. So it's instant settlement, fewer middlemen, and global payments without waiting days for to receive your money or send funds. So that's the upside. So here's the problem nobody's talking about. So as more brands issue or use their own stablecoins, the system starts to fragment. So instead of one digital dollar, you get dozens of corporate stablecoins that don't easily talk to each other. That creates liquidity silos, meaning money gets stuck inside ecosystems instead of flowing freely. Oh, man. Sounds like they need interoperability. Oh, man. What token can help with that? Sheesh. Hey, y'all let me know in the chat what tokens can help with interoperability. That's what that sounds like. It's a problem here. So what's the solution, y'all? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. So I'm gonna say it again. So dozens of corporate stablecoins don't easily talk to each other. So that creates liquidity silos. So meaning money gets stuck inside ecosystems instead of flowing freely. So this matters because payments get faster but more complex. Companies gain control, users lose interoperability. Regulators step in harder. Whoever controls the bridge becomes extremely powerful. So this is no longer about crypto speculation. This is about who controls money movement. Damn. Oh man. So whoever controls the bridge becomes extremely powerful. I wonder who's gonna control the bridge, D? Y'all let us know in the chat. Who's gonna control the bridge?
I don't know. But it seems like you're ready. Who's
gonna control the bridge? Y'all let us know in the chat. Who's controlling the bridge? So the big picture here is stablecoins are winning. Stablecoins are winning. Blockchain rails are replacing legacy systems, but now the battle is shifted to interoperability, settlement layers, and who becomes the neutral bridge between systems. It sounds to me like, if you know what the hell going on, it sounds to me like they're trying to give y'all a little hint of what's getting ready to happen. So maybe Jake Claver and Kurt and others that believe in a high price point at the end of the year, maybe they know what they're talking about. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe they know what they're talking about. Again, I'm standing on that mountain with them. I'm standing over there with them. So whatever happens, happen. I'll take accountability if I'm wrong. So, but so who becomes the neutral bridge between systems? So this is where infrastructure tokens, messaging layers, and settlement protocols become critical. Yes, this is where infrastructure tokens, messaging layers, and settlement protocols become critical. So the key takeaway here is the future won't be one stablecoin. It'll be many stablecoins connected by a few dominant settlement rails. Now, again, it'll be multiple winners. So I'm not saying at all that it's just XRP. Because just like it's not going to just be XRP and Ripple, it's not going to just be Chainlink. It's not. I think somebody in the chat said Bank Social. It won't just be Bank Social. It won't just be Cardano. It's going to be multiple winners here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a role to play, but I'm just saying there is solutions to this problem that they're saying in this article. The future won't be one stablecoin. It'll be many stablecoins connected by a few dominant settlement rails, and those rails will decide who wins the next financial era. This is why I say diversify. This is why I say don't be tribal. This is why I say don't get on the crypto gangbanger side of the space. Stay away from that. Stay away from people who are they got to put down on one token to boost another one. You don't have to do that. We're all about ROI here. I only put down Bitcoin because I care about y'all's ROI. Because I want y'all to see. I have to be harsh about Bitcoin because I need y'all to understand that that's not a smart investment unless you got it. Unless you got it like that, which means you already up. So you just add it to your wealth. If you're trying to come up and become wealthy, Bitcoin's not a smart investment. It's not. You don't have enough money. That's why I say that.
You're not gonna get a lot of units.
Exactly. You're not gonna get a lot of units. And the name of the game is units. That's what you care about. Where can I get the most units? If you can't even get one Bitcoin, why on earth are you investing in it? It's not smart when you could put that same money somewhere else and get way more units and come up way better. And then maybe you can circle back to Bitcoin if you want to buy it so bad. Maybe circle back to it later, but right now you can't afford it. So, yes. So that is what they're talking about. That's why I pointed this article out, because I wanted to show y'all that they're showing y'all we have a problem here. All the big brands, these big companies, they all have their own stablecoins. Stablecoins are winning. Stablecoins are the future. Blockchain rails are replacing legacy systems, but they have a problem here. Yep. They need to see who in the hell is going to be the bridge.
Yep. Yep.
Who in the hell is gonna be the bridge? Because we need interoperability. So infrastructure tokens, messaging layers, settlement protocols. Do your homework. Do your research. Go make your own financial decisions. Sitting here giving y'all the answers to the test. All you got to go do is figure out, okay, what are the infrastructure tokens? I mean, we talk about them all the time, but if you're new, what are the infrastructure tokens? So if you're taking notes right now, you need to look up infrastructure tokens, because I want y'all to make your own financial decisions, because we're not financial advisors. We're just simply putting it out there, and this is what's going on. This is what they care about the most. So you need to look up infrastructure tokens, messaging layers, and settlement protocols. Real world assets, utility. That's what you need to be looking into. Those are investments that's getting ready to go up. And as far as crypto goes, that's what you need to be looking into. Don't fall for the hype. Okay, so I'm so glad. Shout out to Payments for putting this article out here about big brands and how they're all piling in the stable coins, but it did create a new problem. So they literally said it in the headline. It created a new problem. That's what they do. They create a problem and then they give you the solution. So you can invest in the solution. Come on, slow. Let's be smart. Let's run it up. They put it out there.
And shout out to definitely shout out to Payments, because Payments be keeping it 100.
They do.
PYMNTS.com, they be keeping it 100. Fam, it's a real good way. They on the low, but they be having some good content, some good read articles and stuff like that. So good reads.
100. Yep, can't forget Filecoin because that storage. Yeah, multiple winners here, y'all. Multiple winners here. Daniel said XRP, XDC, and Quant, Metal, and the ISO, ISO blockchains. For sure, it's multiple winners here. So I'm gonna keep emphasizing that because there's so much tribalism in the space. So I want to make sure that that's emphasized, because there's so many people just trying to push one narrative, and it's like, bro, no, it's multiple winners here. So please keep that in mind, that there is multiple winners, because I know y'all gonna go do y'all research and y'all gonna see it's a bunch of people that's pushing Chainlink, XRP, XLM, Metal. And it's like all of those win. It's not just one. Even though that's what they're trying to tell you, some of these content creators, that's what they're going to try and tell you, that it's just Metal. Metal's going to do it, and Marshall Hayner, and he's going to blah, blah, blah. He's already working with the credit unions. I'm telling y'all what y'all getting ready to see. And yes, Metal will probably end up being very successful. I have Metal. I hold it. I hold Metal. I hold XPR. You know what I'm saying? I hold Loan. I have a couple meme coins on Metal as well. I'm a big believer in the Metal ecosystem. I'm not saying I'm not. What I'm saying is, what I'm banking on and playing the safe is, it is some theories behind Metal and not enough facts and documentation. So keep that in mind as well. And the documentation that they're showing you, it just ain't enough for me, but I still invested in it because I see what they're doing. I see they're working with credit unions. DeFi King sent a lot of information about Metal, so I'm a believer in it. But it's belief, so it kind of sounds like Bitcoin. It's belief. It's like I believe in it. I see what y'all saying. Y'all have some very the theories behind Metal are valid. So I don't believe in coincidences. So that's why I was like, all right, I'm a gamble on it. Now I'm more like Kurt, and Kurt has came on here and said this. I'm going off of documentation from the World Economic Forum, Davos, and all these other big IMF, the world, World Bank. I'm going off patents, Citibank, Bank of America. I'm going off documentations from the DTCC. I'm going off what I saw, and that is where because I have to do. I don't come from money. I don't come from, I don't have generational wealth passed down to me. But we're doing well, but we could be doing better. So I have to be smart. So I have to go off of what's documented and what's a fact. Yeah. So I'm taking more of a gamble on the assets that I saw documented by the people who make the decisions. That is what happened. So be careful when you're researching, because you're going to see a lot of tribalism. So yeah, with that being said, I'll move on, because I know I'm ruffling some feathers with that Metal stuff. I know some like, but I gotta tell the truth. It is a lot of theories. I don't like that, and not just Metal, with other assets as well. It's a lot of theories, and even with XRP, they'll be throwing theories and riddles and shit at you as well. So be careful. Be careful. I'm just talking to the new people in the space. Be careful. Be careful.
Discernment is key. Discernment is key in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to go with what your spirit, and your higher self is going with. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what we're saying, you got to figure it out for yourself.
Facts. Facts. Algorand. I love Algorand. Algorand's another one. I know D likes Algorand as well. Algorand definitely. And like Daniel said, I'll go for real estate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Zebec is gonna be huge. I see what Zebec doing. I hope that they I know they're supposed to be coming out with something. Was it with Stellar? It was an interview that the CEO just did with somebody on YouTube, and he was talking about Zebec. He's talking about a super app. So yeah, it's a lot of bullish news coming out surrounding Zebec. I think they're trying to be compliant with the whole ISO standard as well. So it's a lot of bullish. Yeah. I'm still a believer in Zebec. Zebec's one, that's payroll. I'm not giving up on that. I'm not giving up on that at all. And shout out to Daniel for the super chat. He said, facts, tribalism is bad. This ain't a religion. Marshall Hayner used to work for Stellar and Ripple. So that's a truth bomb. And you have to always factor that in. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Shout out to Daniel. Thank you for the super chat. Right. Make sure y'all running it up over there on TikTok, on YouTube. Make sure y'all liking the live as y'all come in, because we giving y'all the game, straight no chaser, fam. Straight no chaser.
I gotta check into that. Somebody said Hedera supply almost gone. You about to scare me. I'm about to get off and go buy some more. Hedera supply almost gone. Send me if y'all got some. Hold on, I need to see that. Where's Kurt? Oh, my phone over there. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm not saying you lying. I just need to see it. Damn. Supply shots all over the place. Jesus Christ. Okay. So yeah, we'll go on to the next article. Just had to, we got to put the truth out there, y'all. Like D said, you know what I'm saying? We're just raw and uncut over here. I'm not gonna, sell you fluff. I gotta tell y'all the truth. I gotta tell y'all the truth about this side of crypto. The problem with this side of crypto and the utility side of crypto is tribalism. It brings the whole space down. So be careful. So let me see. Let's talk about Gemini real quick. So it says Gemini launches predictions market across 50 U.S. states days after the CFTC licensing. So what Gemini got going on?
Gemini. So listen, another it's just another platform talking about prediction markets, man. These prediction markets are gonna be, go even crazier. You know what I mean? Like, I think what was it yesterday we talked about? We talked about crypto.com with the predictions markets. I think it was crypto.com. Yeah. So Gemini launches prediction markets across 50 US states days after the CFTC license. So they didn't waste no time, fam. None. So the Gemini has launched Gemini Predictions, which is a prediction markets platform now live across 50 US states via its iOS app and website. So users can trade on outcomes of real world events like the elections, the economic database data releases, the broader market trends, etc. Gemini is offering 0 trading fees for a limited time to boost early user growth and liquidity. So this launch comes just days after Gemini received the CFTC approval to operate in the US prediction market space. You're going to see more and more and more of this happen. So why this is important for Gemini? Because the CFTC approval and the US-wide rollout are a majority regulatory and product milestone. So it fits into Gemini's broader strategy to become a full-service platform, right? So resolve past SEC disputes over Gemini Earn program under the Trump administration, right? Listed on the NASDAQ in September. And then it has been considering U.S. crypto derivatives such as futures, options, and perpetuals, though no formal timeline is yet. And then Gemini Predictions strengthens Gemini's position as regulated, mainstream, accessible, and expanded beyond spot trading into the new high engagement products. Right? So in the bigger picture of everything, when it comes to these prediction markets, right, the top ones being Kalshi, KALSHI, and Polymarket. You're going to hear more and more about these specific two, for real. And they got nearly combined volumes of $10 billion recently. And Kalshi has weekly volumes above 1.8 billion just in November, and Polymarket over 3 billion in October. So the large players are moving in with Coinbase. Like I said, don't bet against Coinbase. Coinbase is working on its own prediction market products. Coinbase is not playing around. Coinbase is trying to be one of them ones that people talk about, like with BlackRock and all these other, JP Morgan. Coinbase is going to be up in the pantheon pretty soon. Binance co-founder CZ backed Predict.fund, which is a new BNB chain based prediction market, right? And then regulatory climate is definitely improving. The CFTC has given some release on swap reporting requirements, right? Easing compliance pressure. And then early in December, a judge temporarily halted cease and desist orders from Connecticut regulators against prediction platforms. So the overall tone is less hostility, more clarity, which is enabling US-facing prediction platforms to scale once again. Damn. So these prediction markets is going to ramp up. They're going to be out on every single platform, if not most of them. And yeah, this is the new world. This is the new way of communicating and the new way of doing business and a new way of gambling, obviously.
Yeah, they got the gambling about to be everywhere. So we just fact checked the H-bar thing.
What's that?
We just fact checked it. So it's looking like, because shout out to Cecil for sending this over. Let me share my screen. This is what's going on here. Hold on, it should be switching. There we go.
Somebody said there's 42.7 billion currently in circulation.
There you go. Y'all can see it. Shout out to Cecil for sending this over. So yeah, its supply is low. So their max supply is 50 billion, circulating supply is 42.47. So they got a little under 8 billion tokens left. Uh-oh. Yep. So shout out to the Invictus guy over there on TikTok for bringing that to our attention. You see it, D?
Yeah. I see.
Okay. So y'all see this. So yeah. Uh-oh. All right, y'all. So get it. I keep telling y'all, get this stuff while supplies, because that's what's gonna happen. People gonna find out, and the supply gonna be gone. It ain't even about how much money you got. Can you even get it? It ain't even about how much money you got. Can you even get it? Damn.
So supply and demand. Somebody said supply and demand.
Supply and demand. Woo! All right. Okay. So All right. So yeah, we'll go to this next article.
What we got?
We got. Let me see. Let's talk about Citibank real quick. Citibank. Let me get to Citi. So Citi talking about identity. Identity is a huge part of this transition. So yeah, Citi says identity is the new gatekeeper for financial blockchains. Citi is the new gatekeeper for financial blockchain, says identity is. So what does that actually mean? So as banks and institutions move money, assets, and payments on chain, they don't want anonymous access. They want verified identities, permissioned wallets, compliance built directly into the system. So instead of asking what blockchain are you on, the system asks who are you and are you allowed? So this is the major shift happening right now. So early crypto was permissionless, anonymous, anyone could participate. The next phase is identity linked wallets, access control blockchains, and institutions interacting only with approved participants. So this is how traditional finance adopts blockchain without losing control. So so why this matters for stablecoins and payments. So Visa, Citi, banks, and governments don't care about memes or speculation. I'm gonna say that again for the meme coin heads. Governments don't care about memes or speculation. They care about settlement, compliance, risk management, and control. So identity becomes the filter that decides where money can go. So the big picture here is money is moving on chain, assets are being tokenized, stable coins are becoming payment rails, but identity is the lock on the door. So if you don't have the right credentials, you don't get access. So the future of blockchain isn't just decentralized versus centralized. It's permission versus permissionless, identity-based access versus open access. And whoever controls digital identity controls the flow of capital. So yeah, Citibank is saying that identity is the new gatekeeper for financial blockchains. So here we go. Here we go. Citi putting the word out. Citi putting the word out. So have your affairs in order. Make sure you got your shit together, or you ain't participating. You ain't participating.
Citibank, one of the big four, giving y'all game, giving y'all a lesson out here, fam. Right? They wanted to be in America for a reason.
Laser King said, why would someone want to even buy with Citi? Exactly. Unfortunately, when the masses catch on to all of this, they're going to buy through their banks because they're going to put digital wallets. They're going to have your checking, your savings account, and then it's going to be beneath that, it's going to be cryptocurrency, or it's going to say digital assets, whatever they want to call it. And then it's going to have a digital wallet right there, and you'll have that option on there. It's going to be on that same interface. And unfortunately, the masses don't know what the hell is going on. They ain't been paying attention this whole time. They called us crazy. They thought this was dangerous, and they said it was too big of a risk, so they didn't pay any attention to blockchain and crypto and nothing that we're talking about. So unfortunately, the masses and the sheep will fall victim to Citibank and the traditional financial institutions bullshit. It's unfortunate, but that's what's gonna happen. That's why they set in the ETFs. So that's why they have such a negative narrative behind cold wallets, because they don't want people self-custodying. So when the masses find out about all of this, they want them to go to ETF route or to custody through the institutions and custody through them. That's why they're going to have supply shocks, so that you can't get it on your own. You got to get it through them. That's why they're running out of HBAR. They're going to run out of XRP conveniently. They're going to conveniently run out of supply, circulating supply. You're going to have to get it through them. That's what's getting ready to happen here. And so that's why it pays to be early. So you got to be delusional to get rich. Now I understand that quote now. You got to be delusional. You got to be crazy to get wealthy in the market. You do. You got to be a maniac, a fucking maniac. Now I see. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep, you got to.
You gotta be insane. You gotta be insane. To be in crypto. It's unfortunate, but like you gotta be insane to be in crypto. You do. You gotta have some type of delusion. You gotta be delusional about whatever it is you believe in. That's whether if you starting a business, a company, whatever you're doing. You gotta be some type of delusional so that you can do it. Because if you're not, you're gonna be listening to all the naysayers and they're gonna throw you off. So you got to be delusional. You got to be crazy. You got to be a maniac. You got to kind of be like Diddy, but in a more sane, calm way. You got to be screaming like, nobody's going to stop me. You got to be like that. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck y'all. Who's going to stop me? You got to be crazy. You do.
You do got to be. That do got to be a little. I mean, how many people on this live? How many people on this live have people called you crazy? Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see.
Yeah, put in a 1 in the chat if you've been called crazy. You done lost family and friends. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me put a 1 in the chat. Let me put a 1.
Yeah.
Let me put a 1. I'm gonna put a 1 on both chats. TikTok and let me put my 1 in there.
Yeah. How many people are considered crazy? I want to know how many people are considered crazy on TikTok and YouTube right now. How many people have told you you need to be locked up somewhere because of the way you're thinking? How many people have told you get out of here with that mess? How many people have told you that this is a scam? How many people have told you that you don't know what you're talking about? You're not rich. I know I'm not speaking from personal experience.
Yeah, you're not rich. I have more money than you.
Not the only one speaking from personal experience.
I have more money than you. Your car's from 2009. I drive a 2025. What are you talking about? My house is bigger than yours. How you gonna tell me what to invest in?
Yeah.
You crazy. You out your mind. You are insane. You losing it. You follow for them conspiracy theories. You don't heard all that shit. You a conspiracy theorist. You don't know what you're talking about. Donald Trump's a part of that. I don't want any dealers. You crazy. You voted for Trump because of crypto? Oh no. I'm gonna unfollow you.
Look at all the ones in the chat. Look at all the ones in the chat. And I even got some quotables in here. Shout out to Garden Doc. Meanwhile, they said they swiping that real ID. Oh yeah, yep. And then she said some shit. My best friend told me I was batshit crazy. Yep.
That ain't no real money. That's fake money. Yeah, that's a good one. Easy. That's easy 2-3 over there. That ain't no real money. That's fake money. They and the Lord, don't get me started on the doomsday people. That's that program money. The government's gonna control that. The government, y'all giving the government control. Blah blah blah.
They will say the tables turn. It'll be like Dave Chappelle. The tables have turned, darkness. That's what I'm saying. Tables have turned, darkness. Oh shit, man. That's what it's gonna be like. Oh,
yeah, crypto would never replace the dollar. Yeah, that's another one. Shout out to Indigenous King. Crypto would never replace the dollar. The dollar is the almighty. The dollar isn't going anywhere. That goddamn dollar. Y'all don't look at charts with y'all crazy ass. Y'all see that damn decline in that damn US dollar. Talking about the dollar ain't going nowhere. Nigga, they don't even want it. These motherfuckers like, yeah, we're gonna start with the penny. That way we can't give exact change. Yeah. So that means you can't take over $100 bill. You can't take to no hundreds and no 50s. Cause you can't give exact change. Cause we ain't making no more pennies. But the almighty dollar.
Oh shit. And the crazy thing about it, they're getting rid of something that didn't even work for nothing anyway. Because they've been basing the pennies for how long?
A minute.
Pennies ain't even real copper.
Hold on, D. I got something for him.
What's up?
Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing. You fake news.
You want the curse so bad, yo. You want the curse so bad. And listen, I don't like the guy. But you don't gotta like him to position yourself, right? If you watch the moves that he's made in this space, you will understand why he's doing what he's doing, right? And if people want to shun him for that, he's just gonna make more money. But this is the same thing that these politicians and these people have been doing for decades upon decades upon decades. They have been getting rich and not telling you how they've been getting rich.
And then they locked y'all out. And then the old heads in the chat, they locked y'all out. Me and my mama was talking about that yesterday, how they locked everybody out. That's why I was trying to tell her. I was trying to tell her how she was getting finessed, falling for the Trump bullshit. I was explaining to her how she was getting finessed, and I said, "Mom, you couldn't even get in on that 80s boom or that 90s boom because they locked y'all out. You had to be accredited for a lot of that stuff." And she was like, "Oh," I said, "The difference is y'all got so many problems with Trump, but what Trump is doing, all y'all can do." I said, "You can get in on blockchain too. You can get in DeFi too, just like he is. You're not locked out of it. He didn't lock you out. He actually is welcoming you. That's why he said we're gonna be the crypto capital of the world. He wants you to get in. That's why he signed an executive order for your 401k." And she just looked at me like, "Oh, well, what about my Medicaid? What about my Social Security? I'm worried about that. He gonna take that. He fucking with the healthcare. He messing with the healthcare." I'm like, girl, you're not even gonna be worried about all that when we got all this money. You ain't gonna be worried about nobody's Social Security, Medicaid, none of that stuff. That's why I'm telling you about this, but so you can free yourself from depending on the government. But you ain't hearing me though. You ain't hearing me.
And it's like, yo, he's just a figurehead, fam. He's just a figurehead. They was gonna pass this shit through regardless. If Kamala was in here, or if he was in here, or if Biden was in here, they was gonna have to push this shit through regardless. Because on the end of the day, they want to get paid on the other end of the side. That's what the other side ain't telling y'all. The other side ain't telling y'all they got cold wallets left and right. The other side ain't telling y'all that, fam, we've been in crypto for years now. That's what the other side ain't telling y'all, fam. And y'all gotta have discernment. Y'all gotta have discernment.
Exactly. Like I said, research bail-in, your money and banks aren't protected under FDIC. Exactly. I believe a couple of years ago we did a live on that. We was talking about that, and we showed the meeting. They had a whole meeting. The FDIC. I can't remember who else was there. Yeah, see if you can pull the meeting up, pull the clip up. If we can pull out the receipt box, we're gonna show it. But the FDIC had a whole meeting about bank bail-ins because they were talking about, so yeah, we know how the public's going to react to this, and so we need to make sure that we have this in place so that they can't come in and come take all their money. So basically, they got a whole plan so y'all can get y'all bread. That's why we be telling y'all, if you don't have crypto, you're gonna be fucked up. And you're gonna be sitting there waiting for that UBI to hit your phone because it's gonna be in a digital wallet. And they're gonna send that UBI right to that Android or that iPhone, and it's gonna be in your little Google wallet, Apple wallet, Samsung wallet, whatever phone you got. It's gonna be in there. If D find that clip, we're gonna play it. Let me make sure we went over all the articles. Did we talk about the top 100 chain link wallets? Oh man, we gotta talk about links. So while you pulling that up, D, you can take your time. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about these top 100 chain link wallets real quick. Cause shout out to Link. Like I said, diversify. Yeah, let's talk about Chainlink real quick. Here we go. Top 100 Chainlink wallets bought $263 million in Link. So is there a rally ahead? Hold on, my ring camera says somebody at my door. Let me see who the hell at my door. Hold on.
Shout out to Daniel. Thank you for the super chats, fam. Appreciate you. He said, go to the Fred website by the Fed. The dollar has lost 99% of its value since 1910. And he also said, it's called the Dodd-Frank Act. If you custody with banks, you won't own it either. Thank you for the clarification.
Oh, they cutting my grass. I forgot they were coming today. I thought I didn't know that was at my house. I heard the lawnmower. I didn't know they were here. Damn, I gotta pay them. Shit. The hell they come for? Damn, what the hell they came for? I ain't tell them to come. My mama must have did that.
She said, what they come for?
All right. So let's top 100 Chainlink. So let's talk about these top 100 Chainlink wallets. So Chainlink whales are buying big. $263 million in Link. So today's market update shows that the top 100 Chainlink wallets have added about 20.46 million Link tokens, worth roughly $263 million into their holdings since early November. So that's a lot of accumulation, especially while the price has mostly stayed around the $12 level and broader crypto sentiment remains bearish. So why this matters? So reduced selling pressure. So big wallets moving Link off exchanges means less tokens available for quick sell-offs, which can help stabilize or support prices. And then institutional and well confidence. So this kind of sustained accumulation often signals that major holders believe in Link's long-term potential. Also, the ETF context. So the first Chainlink ETF is now traded, and although the rally was short-lived, whales didn't slow down their buying. So bottom line here is, even though the market looks flat or weak, smart money is quietly loading up on Link. So if more demand builds from institutions or whales continue adding, institutions or whales continue adding, we could see this accumulation pressure turn into a catalyst when broader sentiment shifts. So yes, people are quietly buying Link, guys. People are quietly buying institutions. Because in this economy, I don't know who the hell got this much money. I don't know who the hell got this much money. Oh shit, Dita found the clips.
Yep.
Dita found the clips, y'all. All right.
I had to go back to goddamn. I had to go back to 2023. 2023.
That's when that was.
Yeah.
Hold on, D.
The beginning of 2023 at that.
Yeah. Okay. So he found so D found some clips on from his TikTok page. Make sure y'all follow on D TikTok page, because D TikTok page got hella receipts about hella meetings and stuff that transpired that's on video from years ago, because a lot of that stuff is starting to like unfold now. Because at first it sounded crazy, it sounded like a conspiracy theory, people didn't believe it, but now, yeah, I bet y'all want to go back and look at them clips. Y'all can see what's going on.
I don't have to post nothing ever again on that D All the One page if I don't want to. That's how many like, because I was going through the videos and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Well, I was crazy, fam. I was crazy.
Yep. All right, so let me share my screen. So you want me to show the one with the dude pointing first?
Both of them. Yeah.
I know which one you want me to show first is what I'm asking.
Yeah, the one with
the dude. All right, y'all. Let me start this one over.
Not to lend to people who can't pay it back. So when they don't get repaid, like happened on a massive scale in 2008 and 9, you know what the banks do. They don't want to use up their own money, so they go to the government to get a bailout. The problem is the politicians who give banks big bailouts, as they did, get to be hated by the mass of people who understand very well what's going on. That private banks, to make private money, want the government to bail them out, and they don't want to have to do it. But the banks don't want to do it. So here's what the banks and the politicians got together. They found another sucker. You know who it is? The depositor. It turns out that the laws have been rewritten, starting with a bank in Cyprus that went belly up a few years ago, to allow banks, when they can't recover money they lent and should not have lent, they don't now have to go to the government to get a bailout. They can get a bail-in. You know what that is? Taking money from the depositors who put money in the bank and simply taking it to recoup their own capital that they can't get back from the people they lent to. Is it legal to have a bail-in, to take the money of the depositor and not give it back to them? The answer is yes. In many countries, including the United States, the laws now allow a bail-in. Should that upset you? It's the job of the bank not to lend.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Yes. So let me play the second one. Now here's the clip. Here's the meeting or hearing. I should call it a hearing per se. Here's the hearing I was talking about with the FDIC. They keep admitting. They're admitting it, bro.
You got it?
My bad. I ain't had a screen up. My bad, y'all. Here we go.
How would we use targeted guarantees to allay concerns about excess cash use? There's a lot of questions here. And so, there are a lot of things we've been thinking about, and what we want to hear from you today is what you think the priorities would be in order to go about setting expectations appropriately in public about how we would execute Title II. So that if and when we do have to have that announcement on Friday night, ideally Friday night, that people are in a position to receive it, understand it, and say, yeah, that works. And we can see how this will happen. Of course, there will be doubters, but there's a lot of things going on.
Hey, D, ain't the 19th on Friday? Ain't with the Epstein files and the Japan thing? Ain't that Friday?
That is a Friday.
That's a Friday.
That is Friday.
Okay, thanks.
And then it says, pause it. It says Title II provides an alternative to bankruptcy in which the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, is appointed as a receiver to carry out the liquidation and wind up of the company. The FDIC is given certain powers as a receiver and 3 to 5 year time frame in which to finish the liquidation process. Shit.
I'm gonna keep that up there for a second so they can read it. Make sure y'all hit that screenshot. Make sure y'all hit that screenshot.
We got receipts everywhere, fam. We got receipts everywhere. Receipts everywhere. I'm telling you, this is.
I don't know what's gonna happen on Friday though, y'all. I was just pointing that out. I don't know. I don't know if anything's gonna happen. So I'm not trying to be a doomsday person, but I just thought it was a little coincidence. Friday. We're gonna see. I don't know what's gonna happen. Shit, I'm a bystander. I'm just an innocent bystander. I'm just like, yo. All right, let me finish the clip real quick.
I think that might have been it.
That was it. Oh, that was it. Okay.
Targeted guarantee.
Yeah. And it's other clips from that hearing too. Y'all can go look on your own. But yeah, all you gotta look up is the FDIC meeting and talking about bank bail-ins. And y'all, that hearing should come up because a lot of people was talking about that hearing. That hearing said a lot. So it's on record. So yeah.
Damn, fam. Nah, this is a crazy this is a crazy ass time period, fam. This is a crazy ass time period. A lot of this stuff so long ago is ramping up and it's becoming true, and you can't deny it. I mean, you could try to deny it, but we just giving you receipts.
So let's talk about. Did we talk about SBI Holdings yet?
No.
Okay, I think this is the last one. So let's talk about SBI Holdings real quick. SBI Holdings. So SBI Holdings tapped Startail to launch yen-backed stablecoin. So this came out today. Here's some key points. So the SBI and StarTel are teaming up to build a regulated Japanese yen pegged stablecoin. So this project targets global settlement and institutional use, not just everyday payments, and it's framed as part of a move toward wider blockchain adoption in traditional finance. So the launch is expected in Q2 2026. So they've signed Q2 2026. So they've signed a memorandum. I can't never say that damn word. Memorandum. There we go. They signed a memorandum of understanding. A memo. Yeah, so a MOU with plans to roll the stablecoin out by the second quarter of 2026, and they're pending regulatory approvals. So how issuance and circulation will work. So the Shinsei, so this is some Japanese stuff, so I'm about to mispronounce a lot of stuff, potentially. Shinsei Trust, it's a bank over there, some trust bank and trust and banking place. Some institution in Japan will issue and redeem the tokens. So SBI VC Trade, which is a licensed exchange, will handle its circulation. And then StarTel brings the blockchain tech and infrastructure expertise. So aiming at global markets and institutional flows. So unlike many stablecoins that focus mostly on retail use, this one is positioned as part of cross-border settlement systems and tokenized asset flows, helping Japan plug into global on-chain finance. So this is part of a bigger trend in Japan's crypto landscape. So Japan has been easing stablecoin regulation and already allows things like USDC listings through SBI VC Trade, setting the stage for more regulated digital currencies. So this is a huge update on Japan, especially with this reverse carry and all that stuff that's happening. So Japan look like they setting up shop and preparing for their solution to their big problem.
Oh man, and you said they rolling this shit out Q2
2026. Q2 2026. Do your homework on the reverse carry trade if you ain't did your homework on the reverse carry trade. We've talked about it on the live before. We explained what it was and all that before. So do your homework on the reverse carry trade so you can understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, it look like Japan preparing for the worst. Like they getting ready. Look like they getting.
Nah. This is surreal. I'm having some surreal moments, man. Especially going over these old videos and seeming that we wasn't bugging at all. Like how much more assurance do you really need to understand this is what's happening? And I sent you one more thing about the retirement crisis. I forgot about that video too. I've been showing that before. That them jokers, the U.S. Senate was talking about how they just took your money and just wasted it.
Oh man, okay.
35 trillion in debt. We don't have any of your money. We're dead broke. This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. Yeah. But the federal government wasted it. So
that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along. And because Social Security has grown so much, it's actually to the detriment of lower income workers in particular, who have to pay such a large share of their paycheck to Social Security. They have little left to save for retirement. And then lower income and African American workers have the lowest life expectancies. So they are the most likely to get nothing back in return. 1 out of 4 African American men will die between the ages of 45 and 64 after having paid into this system for decades, tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they might get nothing back.
35 trillion in debt, we don't have any of your money.
35 trillion in debt, we don't have any of your money. Oh man. So sheesh.
Rough out here.
Definitely.
If you don't know what's going on, man.
It's definitely rough out here, y'all. It's tough out here. Make sure you have your shit together, gang.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to my
What happened?
it's weird. Let's see what's going on. Okay. I'll check when I get off. Oh, there you go. It popping back up. So yeah, but yeah, y'all. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's the news. So make sure y'all join the BlockNation community. If you ain't in the Patreon, you ain't in the BlockNation community Patreon. Make sure you join the Patreon. Join the community, bro. We got a whole network over here with BlockNation. So make sure y'all join the Patreon. It's $12 a month. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all join that. We also have a what's it called? We have a raffle coming up so that people can get free access to the Patreon. I think we're doing a month free in the DeFi platform, a year of free classes as well. So make sure y'all tap into that raffle. We're gonna do the raffle a little different this time. So last time we was using like a generated thing on the computer. This time we're gonna pull the numbers out of a hat or a bag or something. We're gonna pull the numbers out. So if you bought, we're gonna send you a number. So if you buy 3 raffle tickets, then we put your number in there 3 times. So just for an example. So that's what we're gonna do this time. But yeah, and then for the newbies, because we're trying to look out for the new people, it's crunch time. So either you in or you out. So we're doing a new financial system masterclass. Now I have asked Kurt for some assistance with this masterclass. So he is sending some videos. And just some stuff that he said in the past exclusively for y'all. Some stuff that's in the archives that's not on the internet no more. So we're gonna have some exclusive content from Kurt that we're gonna present in that class. Just explaining this new financial system and what's happening so people can have an understanding of what they're holding. I think it's a very important thing to know what you're holding. Because that's why a lot of y'all gonna end up selling when you need to be borrowing from your assets. You need to hold on to these assets for dear life. You need to pass these assets down to the next generation, to your children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, whatever. But you need to make sure you hold on to these assets because y'all need to understand the madness of what you're holding. And a lot of people don't have a firm understanding. Y'all know that y'all holding something that's gonna be worth a lot of money, but y'all understand what you're holding puts you in a whole different bracket. You know what I'm saying? So we want to, just educate y'all on that part of the space because a lot of people not really understanding that, and a lot of people selling off for a few $100,000 and not realizing like, bro, that's not smart. And even when all this stuff does appreciate, it's not smart to sell, which is why we talk about DeFi. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give y'all some different strategies other than selling and giving everything back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure y'all so make sure y'all tap in with us with the Patreon. So we got the DeFi Patreon and we also have the BlockNation community Patreon, 2 separate Patreons. We also got that raffle going to give people an opportunity to get in that DeFi Patreon. I think you get a month or 3 months for free.
You get a month free in the DeFi Patreon, and you get every class that we do in 2026. You get them all for free as well.
For sure. So make sure y'all tap into the raffle. So the link is in the bio. The link is in the description over here on YouTube. So make sure y'all tap in. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on right now. So just trying to help the people that's not fully aware and get them tapped in. So we're gonna go over everything, tokenization, all of that. So people can understand what's getting ready to happen here in the world and how this changes the whole earth. Because how money flows changes a lot of shit. Changes a lot. So yeah, y'all get ready for that. But other than that, y'all, that's the updates that we have for right now. We'll be back on this evening. So hopefully y'all tap in this evening. Make sure y'all tap in with us. Make sure y'all follow us. Hit that subscribe button over there on YouTube. Make sure y'all like the live on the way out if you didn't like the live yet. But other than that, y'all, we're gonna see y'all later on the next live this evening.
Absolutely. Peace out.
All right, y'all.